Damn it, that sack was stuffed with all of my favorite things. Smoked chicken and beef jerky and sweet pomegranates. And the bread I baked yesterday, so sweet and fluffy it melted in your mouth. Not to mention the wine. 2 jugs of the best in Esteria. Oh.
Don't worry, I've got enough food for both of us.
I worked so hard baking that bread. Damn those stupid beasts. Give me back my bread!
Folks, welcome to Draw Game, the podcast that asks, what if video games were also on your television set? I am your host, Alex Fraioli. Joining me, as always, is writer-director of acclaimed adult film parody Wanderers from Sleaze. It's Ray Barnholt.
Power Stone holds the answer.
No.
Oh, hi, Alex. How you doing?
That was good. That was our previous episode.
I'm coming around on that theme song, it turns out. I think it's catchier than we thought.
I'm not going to lie, it wormed its way into my head over the past couple of weeks as well.
Power Stone will set you free.
Yeah, I wish it would.
Well, how are you?
Heroic? Feeling fine.
Are you ready for today's thing?
I am. I heard we're talking about ease.
Boy, howdy, are we? Yes, indeed.
Yeah!
Yes, we are talking about Ys, the famous Falcom video game series turned anime. And why did I say an before that? You know what I mean? Like, why would I have to pause and think about whether the fact it's an anime or not? You know, what's wrong with me?
Yeah!
I thought I was a professional.
Well, it might have been turned into a hit Broadway musical.
Just soon enough. It's still popular, you know. It's bigger than ever these days.
The original Ys stage production is still playing in London's West End.
Oh my God. I'm sure they've done it in Japan eventually, right? They've had, the
they
orchestral concerts.
They must have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't have a ballet though, like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest has a ballet.
No. That's true.
Can we cover that on this show at some point?
Is it animated? I mean, in a sense it is.
Yes, well,
But maybe, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Ys, and I just want to give a disclaimer up front that this episode, I think, it's one of those subjects where it has a lot of lore and a fan base that is very knowledgeable. And so I just want to say, if we get anything wrong, it's not that we didn't try. And if we don't like something out of ignorance, maybe, try not to get too bent out of shape about it, because we're trying. But yes, today's episode is about Ys, the anime. Just Ys, really, no fancy subtitle. But of course, there was a game first. Ys. Ancient Ys Vanished. Released in the summer and fall of 1987 on all the major Japanese computers, and then in a couple years on the Famicom and PC Engine and some other consoles. It is an action RPG. It's the story of warrior guy Adol Kristen. That is really that's really the gist of it. Ys 1 and 2 were both tightly connected. They were both action RPGs. They were known to be kind of swift moving, fast action, and they kind of, let's say, innovated what we now may call bump combat, where you mainly run into enemies to attack them. Ys is also kind of born out of Hydlide, which was another famous computer action RPG around that time, a couple years before that, and so Ys kind of built on that. But needless to say, the bump combat is turned out to be regarded as kind of silly, I think, on this side of the world. And so needless to say, almost all of the other Ys games after that are pretty normal, and they have buttons for attacking and that sort of thing. Ys games are generally known to be challenging, though fun. I mean, they're fair. They're a little bit hard, but they're fair. You can find lots of ways to, I think, compare Ys games to Legend of Zelda because it's a top-down action RPG, but in terms of aesthetic, it is more honed in on the typical swords and sorcery kind of RPG tropes, then just maps them over this real-time action game. Because I think, in my opinion, in my view, you can debate this if you want, Alex, but I think Zelda.
Oh, I intend to.
Zelda has just more of a fairy tale quality to it. It has swords and it has some sorcery, but it's not full on like tropey stuff like Dragon Quest might be as well, So Ys is a bit more on the Dragon Quest side of things, I would say. And by the way, there are 10 numbered Ys games.
10?
All up until the present day. There is a prequel called Ys Origins, so it's 11. Ys 10 just came out in 2023. So not that long ago. They're making a second version of that for next year, and I'm sure they are making Ys 11 as we speak.
Cool.
And yeah, it was made famous here in America on the TurboGrafx CD. You might remember Ys Book 1 and 2, which came out there. One of the premier sorts of TurboGrafx CD games that was advertised a lot with it and sort of well regarded as one of the games to get for that. There was also a Master System port of Ys 1 that came out here. I don't know if you played that, but you were a Master System guy,
did not.
I remember. Okay.
I was, yeah.
And yeah, in general, the Ys games, the lore gets pretty deep, and the sequels are not all chronological stories that are, one after the other. They all kind of jump around at Adol's life. For example, Ys 9 was the latest time period wise, but Ys 10 takes place after Ys 2. So they kind of jump all around. I think if I had to guess, I think the fans of the series kind of like the idea of this lone hero who's being chronicled through these various kinds of fantasy adventures. Because, Adol might not seem like much of a character because he is silent in a lot of the games and stuff, but he has a consistent story and a life that is chronicled, as I just said. And we don't really get that again with Link or Zelda because it's always a different Link or Zelda in every game, basically. So Adol is pretty consistent throughout the whole series. Of course, they play with his character and things of that nature because it's been 30 years plus, so 30, 40. So yeah. I'll tell you what, there is a very good website, a robust fan site, I would say, called Digital MLS, and it is more than happy to tell you all about Ys in excruciating detail. In fact, they even have different guides of ways to play the series. So there's a page that will tell you, hey, do you want the full story route? You want just the action route? Well, you should play this one first, and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, that's pretty useful. I'd say if you're into that, check that out. Now, Alex, this is usually around the time of the show when I ask you if you had any experience with the game, but it turns out I already have the answer because you very recently were playing it. You did your homework, and you got them settled.
I got them settled. I did.
Yeah.
I brought peace back to Ys, at least temporarily. Yeah, I picked up the 1 and 2 combo on Steam because it was on sale and thought, you know what? I need to know what this is all about. And I came away from it. I ended up we're only talking about the Ys anime based on Ys 1, but I did finish the second game as well on stream. And I came away from them feeling like, yeah, I missed these when they came out, and it's not the same revisiting this kind of thing when you're an adult. But they did strike me as feeling very Zelda-like, and I bet I would have loved them as a kid.
Yeah,
because they had there's a lot of that mystery that Zelda has, where some stuff is just not explained very well. There's a lot of mystery. You kind of have to poke around and try different things to find out what works. Similar to Zelda.
Yeah,
which I've always found to be, to me, trickier than something like a Dragon Quest or a Final Fantasy, where you just talk to everyone in town and then you know what to do.
Right.
There's a little more open-endedness to Ys, more of that adventure-y Zelda feel, which I would have loved as a kid. As an adult, it's fine. I did have a great time. I don't know if I'll revisit it at any point, but I understand why it is popular.
Right. Well, you have many to catch up on if you ever want to pursue it.
I may not do that.
For me, it is more of a blind spot, so I'm jealous that, like I said, you got your homework done. I've tried to start the series something like 954 times, and so maybe this will finally get me to play them as well as your endeavor there. Maybe you'll inspire me. But it also means that, like I said at the beginning, we can't entirely compare the accuracy of the game versus the anime the whole way through. Maybe you can, but me not so much.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't help that names are translated vastly differently depending on which Ys content you are consuming.
Yes.
Game characters differ from the anime. The way that names were translated differ from maybe different versions of the game.
Yeah. because there are, like the TurboGrafx version is just like one new version after the PC one, and then and the one you played on Steam, the Chronicles and stuff, that was like, well, that's the most recent kind of remake, but that also plays with things and characters and setups and how Adol even gets to where he is and stuff like that. So
the translation I thought was fine, but it had a bit of a working designs lilt to it. I think it was. I want to say this was an XC joint.
It was.
And it kind of feels that way. And I talk about this on stream a lot, but like, I love that working design style when I was 14 playing Lunar on Sega CD. This is so wacky. Look at this translation. And now I just feel like it gets in the way.
But yeah, that's the game, Ys 1, and now the anime, Ys. It was an OVA, 7 half-hour episodes in total. The first 4 are a different part, though, and then the rest are a second part, essentially. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but these are all episodes named and based on the books of Ys that Adol collects on his adventure in the game and such. The first episode was released in 1989, I believe, on VHS and Laserdisc, so just a couple of years after the game debuted, and the game was big for Falcom, and so I'm sure they were spending big money to get this anime produced as well. And man, oh man, these first ones, they really do have the look of late 80s anime. I'll tell you what, just a real chef's kiss on the quality.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I said that they're like 2 different parts, 2 different halves, because they're also done by different anime studios by the second half, which is odd, but sure, okay, we have money to burn. I think the thing is that also, like, if you were in Japan getting these as they were coming out, you had to wait months between them. So, like I said, the first one was 1989, but this was not done until September 1991. So,
oh dear. No, wait a minute. I would have thought that the whole purpose of using 2 studios was so that you could get it done in half the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it doesn't always work out that way.
All right.
Doesn't always work out that way. It has music, though, done by Falcom's own JDK music team. And so you get a mix of orchestral and more synth game accurate stuff. I think it's pretty good.
It's great. Oh yeah, the music is outstanding in this.
I really like that first ending theme, the credits theme, before it moved on to the ballad.
It's really good. This it's actually, I would say, the only thing that rivals a lot of the early Dragon Quest soundtracks in terms of just sheer quality of the composition and the feeling that you are on an adventure. A lot of video games, everyone likes to praise Zelda music. It's fine. A lot of this is contingent, on how what you were doing as a child when you first played these games. But like even now as an adult, I can hear this music and be like, yeah, this would have hit me real hard,
right? Just
like Sugiyama's compositions when I was a kid. It's still great now.
Well, originally for the games, it was Yuzo Koshiro. He was a big Falcom guy right before his Sega work. And so, he was responsible, I think, for a lot of the Ys compositions for those first 2 games.
And I was wondering idly aloud while I was streaming these, has anyone done a mashup called Ys of Rage? Turns out no. I looked it up. Nobody did.
That's too bad.
That would be great, though.
They do have a crossover fighting game.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right.
Ys versus Trails in the Sky.
I gotta go.
Well, Trails in the Sky is a whole other bag of worms.
I picked that one up cheap on Steam as well, and I will just say that I did not come away from it feeling the way I did after I played Ys.
Yeah. And I said bag of worms, so that's another stupid black mark on my speech impediment. Thanks so much.
You're allowed to make up expressions. Right?
Really, Alex?
Yeah, take that to the bank and smoke it.
We've done like 15 years of podcasting, and that is the number one thing you get on me for.
Yeah, well, this is a different show.
Making up expressions, calling me an idiot.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, true. Okay, fine, whatever. So I want to clarify something though. So the first 2 games are formally called Ys Book 1 and Ys Book 2. But these anime jokers, they made this first series based on the first game, and they called these 2 halves of the episodes Book 1 and Book 2. But all of this, what we're talking about today, is based on the game Book 1. So there is an East 2 anime after this, but they just had to rename it East 2 Castle in the Heavens.
Yeah, it's the whole book thing is was very confusing to me.
So we are watching anime book 1, the 2002 dub from Media Blasters. So it came out around here in 2002 on DVD and stuff. A time when there were no East games being released in America anymore for any sort of tie-in or anything. You would think maybe they would get that going, but no. It's an interesting phenomenon, I think, with some of these anime dubs that we cover and will cover, is that they are so often not anywhere close to when the games were localized. Like Star Ocean EX.
Yeah.
Our most recent RPG one is like, that was also around this time, several years after the game came out. And the newer East games at that time in the early 2000s were all coming out on PC, Windows, and Falcom was not getting them localized over here. So we basically all had to wait until they were porting those over to consoles again to get any new East games. So I think it's just very funny. And so, yes. And as Alex mentioned earlier, there might be some differences in place names, character names that are different from like the most recent version of the game. Because again, a different sort of team, a whole different, an anime distribution team was trying to translate things and make sense of the story. So, but you know what? That's your problem. Alex, let's talk now about Ys, the anime.
Oh boy, pressure's on. All right. So sit your ass on the couch. We're watching Ys. It's Welcome to Anime Club. Episode 1 is called Prologue.
That's right.
We open on a wave of monsters attacking the town of, said 2 different ways by the characters, Minia or Minea.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with Minia.
I believe they settled on Minia.
Yeah. Men defend the town with bows and arrows and swords. The narration introduces us to the land of Esteria, where monster attacks are on the rise.
Yeah, we see arrows flying at monsters, a lot of arrows. There's like a cloud of arrows that they show in the sand.
They were cheap to produce back then.
Yeah, well, cheap to draw, as it turns out, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're lines, yeah. Up on the battlements, we see Sarah, the fortune teller, doing a little incantation, and she suddenly sees the coming of the hero. She's had a vision. That's when we pan up to the title, and that title is Ys.
Yeah, it's a cool little title animation, I thought. It kind of blasts in like a Transformers laser.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Again, late 80s anime.
Right? It's great.
It's really good.
So this is a good time, I think, to get into the music, specifically the opening music. So I was streaming the game, as I said, and I got an item, and I heard that item get jingle, and I'm like, that's Metroid. That's just Metroid. That's the item get jingle for Metroid. It is literally it's note for note. That's not a coincidence. And sure enough, I looked it up.
You go with what you know.
And yeah, user Koshiro was basically like, yeah, it's in typical Japanese composer fashion, it's an homage.
Yes.
Which, you know, in Japan, you can kind of get away with plagiarism if you say it's homage. Not so much anymore. I think now that the internet examines these things in depth.
Yeah. Also, he was a kid back then, and like,
that's also true.
PC gaming in Japan, kind of a Wild West.
Another common topic of discussion on my streams is the I forget who the artist was, but the song Ebenezer Good, which was big in the 80s or 90s, that Koshiro, I believe, also paid homage to in Go Straight or Fighting in the Streets or one of those.
Has anyone here got any Veras? Lovely.
But yeah, he was I'm not slighting the guy. He he was a wizard with FM synth. I can't get angry at that.
He was a whiz.
Yeah. Nobody beats him. So the opening music, though, I'm going to play you the opening music. Tell me if this sounds familiar as well. Raymond, you buzzed in first.
Well, I mean, I'm not as well versed in music, so to me, it just kind of sounds like what I already knew what the Ys theme was.
Oh.
You're going to have to educate me.
It's Metroid. It's just straight up.
That part, sure. Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah. No, I mean,
All right,
I just don't want to.
That is where the similarities end. It then goes into its own melody. But yeah, that intro is just, it's Metroid. And again, that was deliberate. You know, he was a young kid and he liked the music from Metroid, I guess.
I guess so.
It's homage.
Do you think he ever talked to like Hip Tanaka about that?
Boy, I hope so. Hope he at least bought him a drink.
Yeah, would hope so. Yeah.
So that's the intro. We then open up on our hero Adol. How are we saying this? Adol. We know how the anime says it.
Just give me a minute. Just you give it
All
a
right.
minute. Yeah.
Okay.
I like Adol. I
Adol.
default to Adol because that's
I like
just
I like
how
Adol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think he's friends with Idol from Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
We see Adol looking down over the town of Promarok. He runs down the hill eagerly, strolls through the marketplace. This is almost identical to the opening of the Fatal Fury OVA, where Terry's just looking down over the city and then runs down a hill and then is strolling through town like, it's town.
You're absolutely right. And I will also
love
say, just watching this sequence, like walking down this port and having everybody chatter and stuff, it's like playing a modern RPG now. It's like FF7 remake with all the people just like talking in your ear as you're walking along the boardwalk.
Yeah. And Adol does this thing while he's walking through town that I found very funny. Like he's looking left and right at the vendors and he's like, wow, I'm in town. And he's smiling. But twice when he does that, he just stares into the camera and goes, like he's happy to see us.
They linger a bit too long on that walking.
Yes, it went on for a little bit. So Adol then strolls up to the inn where he's going to stay. We learn that he is bound for Esteria, and the innkeeper is a little concerned about this.
Well, wherever it is you're going, since you've come to the port of Promarok, you must be planning on a sea voyage to get there, am I right?
Yes, sir. I want to go to Esteria.
Esteria, you say?
Yeah, so we've got an idea where Adol's going, and that it's not a hospitable place.
No, but so you asked me what we want to pronounce his name as.
Yeah.
There is an exchange there with the innkeeper. Here we go.
Your name?
My name is Adol, sir. Adol Kristen.
Never met anyone hereabouts with a name like that.
Adol. Adol Kristen.
Adol Kristen.
I can't believe it. We have another Claude so soon after the last one. Listen, now we have to litigate this. Because, you know, if we read the katakana for the name, it is Adolu. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't have to read the so harshly.
Adol.
It's not that literal. I mean, again, even we can't settle on Adol or Adol, but I know for sure it's not Adol.
For the purpose of this podcast, I will say Adol. I think on stream I was saying Adol. I think I even asked an Ease fan on stream, how do you say that? And they said Adol, but whatever.
I've already vacillated. we're not even through the first episode. And
how about this?
Like, it's not Adol. That's right.
I'm going to cycle through and pronounce it differently the entire episode.
Okay. Or should we do it like when we were making fun of Claude and just call him Adol the whole time now?
I think that works too.
Okay. Well, dealer's choice, I suppose.
So Adol's internal monologue tells us that Esteria is overrun with beasts as he looks out over the ocean and catches a glimpse of Darm Tower exuding a big final dungeon energy. That night over dinner, Adol talks with a Mr. Norton, a big, bald, burly captain voiced by Bo Billingsley, here credited as John Daniels.
Yes.
But yeah, folks know him mostly as Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop, and I think he was a Naruto at some point.
He's great.
Yeah. Captain Norton explains that there's a storm vortex that has cut Esteria off from Promarok. Adol is adamant that he follow his heart to Esteria, and Norton relents, offering him a job in exchange for passage. Here we get a cool work montage as well.
Right. And so before that, Adol is explaining himself why he wants to go to this dangerous place, Esteria.
I feel something tugging at my heart, telling me I need to go there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like me thinking about Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios.
We can go.
Yeah, well, I know. It's just, I got my family to coordinate.
Hang on. I do have Ys 3 on Super Famicom. Did they ever put the first two on there?
No, not Super.
Shit. All right. Well, then I'm no longer going to Super Famicom World. So Adol receives a small boat from Norton for doing all those chores and sets off on his trip to Esteria. He is almost immediately beset by the storm vortex, which capsizes him, washes him ashore onto Esteria, where he is discovered by a pair of thieves, Dogi and Goban, who carry him to the village of Minia. Fuck.
Now, you glossed over that whole labor montage.
Okay, yeah, let's go back
with
to the
Mr.
montage.
Norton. There's like still shots of Adol doing all sorts of menial tasks and not so menial, including like lifting a cow up.
Yes. Yeah, he's a cow lifter.
Yeah.
He's got a strong back.
I guess so. He's very, deceptive in that way because he looks like a scrawny kid. But no, he can lift up a cow.
Didn't you ever cover mythology in school? Didn't you read about the 12 labors of Adol?
No, yes, of course.
Yeah, where he lifts cows.
See, I don't know anything about the lore of this game. That's why I got to jump back in.
I learned it in middle school, so I'm up. I'm up on this.
Okay, yeah, right.
So he washes ashore. He's discovered by Dogi and Goban, who carry him to the village of Minia. An unconscious Adol sees a lavender-haired girl in a dream and then wakes up to see the doctor, Clays, and his son, Sloth.
He says it more like Slav.
Yeah, well, later on somebody says Sloth.
Not liking this.
This is another case, I think, of it's not just that these fantasy names are, it's obviously a Japanese writer's idea of what a Western fantasy name is. They're then mangled in the translation. So what I assume is supposed to be Craze becomes Clays, which is a name that nobody has.
No.
Sloth kind of sounds like a name, I guess.
Okay.
When I say a name that nobody has, I understand it's fantasy. You can make up original names. There is a kind of implausible fantasy name where I'm like, you can't exist in any universe with this name.
Right. Like Gorp or something.
Yeah. The world according to Clays.
What's eating corporate garb?
Great. So this is a Clays and Sloth. Slav? Fuck this. Clays and his son. Clays and his son confirm Adol's fear that Esteria is indeed overrun with monsters. We have a brief recovery montage where Adol moves his arm up and down and grins like a child at the nurse. Pretty great. After recovering, Adol finds Slav up on the city walls and vows to get to the bottom of the monster situation. He also learns about Sarah, the fortune teller, and goes to visit her.
I know one funny thing is that in the TurboGrafx version, it starts off with Adol getting off the boat, and the first person he meets is Sarah, who just walks right up to him.
Oh.
So, in the current version, in the Chronicles version, it's actually closer to the anime. They sort of borrowed a bit more from the anime there. So I just think it's silly how Ys has transformed over the decades.
It is.
So he goes to Sarah.
So Sarah is expecting Adol and welcomes him, then sits him down and explains that him showing up is actually part of the legend of the brave soul who will save Esteria.
Yeah.
This is all moving a little too fast for me. I'm not a brave soul, and if I do only what the legend says, then what I decide won't matter. The legend will be in control, not me.
Jeez, okay. Just sounded just like Claude, though, because Claude was doing the same thing in Star Ocean, just being like, no, I'm not a brave soul.
Oh, I'm not a hero. I someday I want to put together like the anime version of Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey, like how every adventure story has the exact same arc. Like
thinking the same thing. I had Joseph Campbell in my head too.
I want to make a version that adds in like every anime trope that you also have to include. Like, I'm not the hero. I'm not the hero at all.
Yeah.
Because there's always the denial.
I also like his like logical reasoning. Like,
if I do only what the legend says, then what I decide won't matter. The legend will be in control, not me.
Okay, yeah. Solid point made.
I want to be in control.
Yes.
Joseph Campbell did have a lot to say about upskirt panty shots in relation to The Hero's Journey.
Yes, and and the beach episode.
It always happens just before the rising action.
In the archetype of the tsundere girlfriend.
Sarah also gives us a bit more history of Ys.
In ancient times, the land of Ys was a thriving center of cultural refinement and artistic achievement, a truly utopian society. The country was ruled by 2 goddesses and 6 priests, and the people of Ys were happy and prosperous. Suddenly, the evil beasts appeared. The people were defenseless, and survival became their only concern. Their culture was destroyed, and in place of prosperity were ruin and devastation. And now, what happened in the time of the ancients is happening again. And once again, we don't know how to stop this evil from destroying us.
Forgot I got that at the end there.
You rascal.
But I think I love it. Great. All right. So that's basically what Adol's dealing with is things used to be great, everything's fucked now. I had a vision of a hero, guess it's you.
Yep.
And Adol's just like, I don't know about any of this, but all right. He's skeptical, but he does want to help.
Yeah.
Their conversation is cut short by the guard's bell and the cry of monsters amassing outside the wall. Adol runs up to offer his help to Slav, who says, Adol, please, you're a guest here, which I did find a little bit silly because there's monsters at your gate, dude.
I know, yeah.
This is an able-bodied young man who's like, give me a sword. I want to help out. He's like, no, please go rest in the lounge, sir.
It's technically wartime. I think you should take what you can get.
Yeah, right. So Slav and his archer boys take down the first wave, and then a bunch of soldiers burst out of the gate to take down the rest. Adol runs out as well, helping take down the rest of the monsters.
It's Adol time.
It's Adol time. That's his catchphrase that he shouts out when he bursts out of the gate.
Yeah. At the beginning of that, though, I thought it was funny. It's like a shot where Adol is rushing out of the castle in top-down view as the overworld song from the game plays, and he's slashing the guys. It looks just like the game. I wonder if that was intentional.
I didn't pick up on that. I wonder if that's what... that's... wow, hey, shades of...
It's like the same thing you do.
It's like in the Doom movie where they had that first-person segment.
Yes. Or the House of the Dead movie where they just showed footage from House of the Dead.
Hey, a lot of people don't know this. Dwayne Johnson, humongous Ys fan.
Oh, man, I bet.
Also humongous. People do know that, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is all intercut with scenes of Adol promising that he will help Sarah, and I guess this scene happens after the battle. The chronology here was not entirely clear to me, but...
I suppose so.
So, it would have to be, because he was interrupted by the bell. He ran out of... He ran out of Rouge's fortune-telling tent. I mean, Sarah's house of fortune-telling.
It's funny how these are all linked.
Yeah, right. Oh, there's more coming up.
It's our grand plan.
It's a unified anime theory.
The unified draw game theory.
After the battle, Sarah gives Adol a crystal and tells him to seek her aunt, Jeba. Look, they're saying Jeba. In the game, I said Jeba because it's just spelled Jeba. We're going with Jeba.
Yeah. Oh, Jeba has a more feminine quality to it, I suppose.
I guess it does, but Jeba has a more grandmother quality to it, I feel, which she is.
And it reminds you of Jeb Bush.
It does, yeah. Please clap. Was that him?
Yes.
Jeba lives in the town of Zabik, and that's where Adol is headed next. The town gathers the next morning at the gate to see him off, having furnished him with some herbs, a suit of armor, and a shield. And that's episode 1.
The shield is what? +5 defense?
I believe it is +5, yes.
Yeah, okay. I want to get this out of the way. They do the sort of outro with the narrator. The narrator says, what's going to happen next? And then there's this fun little effect where the frame moves into the screen. They have this brown frame that like blits into the screen to make it look fancy. It's like a stone background and frame and all that. And I just thought that looked cool.
It does look very nice.
Yes. I mean, again, Falcom spending money in the right places. A lot of stuff about these old PC RPGs is just like very regal. Like
Yeah.
Always nice packaging for one thing, you know what I mean? And it's always just like treated like a really special thing all the time. And I think you get a sense of that in this show with kind of the bumpers and the framing and all that.
Yeah. And the thing about all that I really love is like especially the opening title and I think the closing credits as well. It's all done in that like paintbrush style. It just looks like an elegant fantasy painting. It doesn't look like animation, but it looks very detailed. And there's a couple of environments in a later episode. I think Dark Factor's Evil Cave or whatever kind of has that same brushed look to it. It looks very fantasy, and I love it. And you don't really see that anymore.
No, yeah. And so I really like that aesthetic, and also just like of all the Ys games basically kind of play on that as well.
So that's episode 1. Moving on to episode 2. I got to get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Most of the episode titles in Japanese use the format Nani no Sho, which is alternately translated as volume whatever or episode whatever. Like I think the on screen it said episode hodl or volume hodl for the title of the episode.
Yeah, I guess that was in the original Japanese one in English, but they didn't touch it.
Okay.
Because they spell it differently in the dub.
But like in this context, show, the kanji show means chapter or book, and it's Ys. We know that they're books. So I'm going to take a bold stance and say that the titles and subtitles are irregular, and the episodes should just be called The Book of Hodl, The Book of Dabi, The Book of Tova. Because like when you say volume...
Well, they are.
That's not what I saw. I saw volume Dabi and volume Toba. I did never see anywhere where it said the book of, which is what it should be.
Hold on. Not in the actual video film, but like it's what they're listed as in the dub version, like in the list on Plex and on the DVD case and that sort of thing.
Okay. So a little backstage info. We had a Plex issue where I only watched the prologue and I watched the rest of the episodes on YouTube where they are not listed properly. And even still, like the titles are irregular, baked into the show itself, which is always going to bug me.
Yeah. So not only are they writing them that way, but they're also spelling things differently. So yes, episode 2 is the Book of Hodl, but because they didn't touch that rough English titling on the film, it just says volume huddle.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know one thing. It's not Adol.
No, it's not. It's not. The Book of Hadel.
Yeah.
But yeah, like too often I see show translated as volume whatever or sometimes chapter whatever. And I think that in the context of like Japanese stuff, it gets a pass because it sounds cute, but it's not like that's not how you write that. That's just me being a pedantic translation ass.
Well, yeah. No, but the title of the game is awkward too. Ancient Ys vanished.
Where'd it go?
Well, I mean, you might as well just call it the mysterious disappearance of Ys, like.
Oh boy.
Or something. Where in the world is Adol San Diego?
So episode 2 opens with a flashback to Chibi Adol reading a book with his dad, who is adult-sized, who explains
not
that
literally
dragons and
chibi.
monsters...
Don't lead people down the wrong path.
No, Adol is, isn't he? He's a little boy.
Well, I don't mean not like SD aesthetic. He's a little it's just child Adol.
No, but I mean chibi can also just mean child-sized.
Not to most people in the Western world, is what I'm saying.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So child Adol is reading a book with his dad who explains that dragons and monsters are in fact real and encourages his son's aspirations of growing up to be a dragon slayer. There's no next time on or previously on Ys with these, but we do get a narrator summarizing the lore so far.
Esteria. It appears to be as prosperous and utopian as the land of Ys, which was its name in ancient times. But now, evil beasts have once again come to life as they did in ancient Ys, and infested the land. And the air is filled with the screams of its people, as they are beset by a horrific onslaught of unimaginable malevolence. It is an isolated land, for an impenetrable storm vortex has made the surrounding sea too dangerous to cross. But one young man was daring enough to try and succeeded in reaching Esteria. His name is Adol Kristen.
I don't think so, but yes.
No. Yeah, and this is all spoken over a montage of Adol running through fields and forests, cutting down monsters that you may have seen in the hit video game Ys.
Yes, more top-down shots. They're just like slashing guys.
Pretty great. He eventually arrives at what he believes to be the village of Zabik, but it has been destroyed. As he is about to give up hope, a man named Ruta, who I remember from the game as Luta, shows up and says, nope, this here is Laskin, but I can take you to Zabik. The two get chummy on the walk there.
But also, Adol is relieved.
Oh, yeah.
That it was actually Laskin, and he just like laughs about it out of, his relief. And he's just like, oh, it feels like, oh, thank God, nobody of importance died here.
Oh, yeah, that was a little weird how he starts laughing about it.
Yeah.
So I thought I recognized Ruta's voice. He's voiced by Kirk Thornton, who is credited here as Ron Allen, who was also, along with Bo Billingsley, in Cowboy Bebop Episode 1 as the Bloody Eye Bounty Asimov Solensen.
Oh, nice. Yes.
I think he also voiced another character later down the line. He seems like a common... I recognize his voice because I think he's one of those common anime utility guys. He just sounds like he can voice almost any generic anime dude.
Right. And yeah, not quite as distinct as Bo Billingsley.
Yeah.
You could just kind of disappear.
Yeah. So Ruta explains that Laskin was picked clean of all silver and only silver. He deduces that Adol is the legendary brave soul and goes a little wacky.
What do you mean?
Just his response, he points at Adol and starts going, you're the brave hero.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, astounded that he made it to Esteria and all that stuff. He made it through the vortex.
Yes.
We know.
Right. We call it the Stovo.
Yeah. Stovo 2025.
Please clap.
Tickets available now.
So we get to Zabik Village. Ruta invites Adol to stay at his place. His wife prepares a classic anime cream stew that you see on any anime dinner table. Adol starts to warm up to the idea of the legendary brave soul when Ruta says that, hey, buddy, we desperately need someone to believe in. I feel like Adol had not considered that side of it. Like, oh, maybe I can give people hope by saying I'm the hero.
Yeah, you might as well, right? Lean into it.
That night, Adol hears Ruta playing the lute, but it sounds like a mandolin. I for about 10-15 minutes, I was Googling lute versus mandolin. What does a lute sound like? A lute just sounds like a guitar, pretty much.
His name is Luta.
His name is Luta. I assume he's named for the lute, which it looks like he's playing, but it sounds like a mandolin.
If he played the mandolin, his name would be the Mandalorian.
Oh, shit! Should have been. He plays this sad song for Adol, and very suddenly, Nihongo Jozu singing about the plight of the land. Because
he offers to play a song, and then we just switch to Japanese. And
voice track, yeah.
Maybe it was different from the version you were watching, but I did have the secondary English subtrack on, and so it did give me the translation of the song he was singing as it was going on.
Okay, good.
I don't have it queued up. I'm just saying.
Folks, you can find it. Just search Ruta's lute song. So the next day, as Luta and Adol chat on the way to Jaba's, a dude runs up with terrible news. Minia has been attacked and the monsters were targeting Sarah. She is safe for now, but Adol is concerned.
Yeah, he's like, what was it? He says to himself, or he thinks to himself, like, Slaft, my friend, please keep her safe. Now, also, I heard a T sound in Slaff. Slaft? Once again,
what?
I felt like we were losing the pronunciation consistency here.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It's evolving as the show goes on.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So Luta introduces Adol to Jaba, who scoffs and tells him he's not the legendary brave soul, at least not yet.
And as foretold in the legend, the beasts have risen again and ravaged the land, and though you may be the first adult Christian to appear since their return, the legendary brave soul is something that you become, not something that you already are. So you're not the legendary brave soul, not yet.
I don't care about the legendary brave soul.
Jeez, again. Okay.
So Jaba explains to Adol why he must find the 6 books of Ys, and we have some clips of that.
The revival of the beast was foretold by the 6 priests who ruled Ys. They prayed for the coming of the legendary brave soul who could save them. Each was responsible for guarding one of the 6 books of Ys, which chronicled the history of their country. According to the legend, when the brave soul has gathered all 6 books, the gates of Ys will open, and a great power will be born.
Great power!
Okay. So we need 6 books. Magic, cool stuff happens, and then we win.
Those are our 6 MacGuffins. I kind of like that they're books because, I'm always used to these things being orbs or, gems
Orbs,
or
crystals,
whatever.
Gems.
Books is neat.
Yeah. The Phoenix Mirror.
Yeah. The Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Ray's original Magatama.
Famous original Magatama.
Best in the city. So Jabez says that one of the books is hidden in the Shrine of Solomon on Mount Precious, guarded by a great beast.
Sorry, just the combination of that name and your reading of it,
reminds me that in our neighborhood, catty corner from our Kaiten Zushi place is a giant cathedral called Saint Glorious.
Nice. Yeah.
I think it's just a wedding venue, but I laugh every time I see it.
Yeah, of course.
So Adol gets to work running up the mountain, beating down skeletons, eventually arriving at the top, where again he sees Dharm Tower in the distance. He pockets that away in his mind, more Final Dungeon vibes.
Yeah.
He realizes that Mount Precious is also, in fact, part of a giant crater.
Yeah.
First a gigantic tower and now a gigantic crater?
Yeah.
It's like some sort of RPG.
Role-playing? I'm me?
Action for my PC 98.
He flees from a gaggle of skeletons and ducks into the Shrine of Solomon itself, noticing that the Bone Boys cannot follow him through the door.
Right before that, though, he spots the shrine, and animation wise, there's just this multi-angle drama shot of a plain looking shrine. It's just shrine.
Oh yeah, it does that.
It's okay,
triple. Yeah,
we found a shrine. Good.
So he ducks into that shrine. It seems to be a dead end. Suddenly, the crystal he received from Sarah begins shining and reacts to a golden goddess statue, transporting Adol further into the shrine.
Yeah. The other thing is when he rushes into the shrine and then there's the force field that zaps the beast as they, they can't get in. Then he says, they can't follow me. Sort of like when you enter a new area in a video game.
Right. And then he says, they fly now? They fly now.
Yeah. Oh, boy. The Mandalorian.
So he enters into a large chamber and sees the lavender-haired girl from his dream chained up on the far wall. He tries in vain to break those chains with his sword as a gigantic monster centipede crawls off the wall and heads straight for them.
Yes, indeed. Oh, this is Fina, by the way. They don't really say it in this episode yet, but that the girl is Fina.
Yes. Boss fight! Adol trades blows with the gross bug until he eventually emerges victorious by tricking it into plowing through a wall and straight off the mountain, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, through the wall and outside, and then it just falls to its death.
There's a really great far shot. There's the interior shot of Adol goading it into attacking, and it dives for the wall. Adol jumps out of the way, it goes through the wall, and then we get this super far outside shot of this dumb bug just eating shit off the side of a mountain.
Yes.
Very, very fun.
Very satisfying.
Yeah. So Girl Chan's chains rip from the wall. Adol grabs the Book of Ys from a newly opened secret chamber, and the pair slide down the mountain back to Jaba's house.
And on to the next part of the story.
And yes, something I did find funny, though, this episode ends with a double voiceover. We have the narration from Jaba, but then we also get narration from the narrator, and it sounds like you're taking a listening comprehension test in school.
The books of Ys, those cursed books. Long ago, Ys produced a metal called Claria. The Shrine of Solomon was a testament to its brilliance, until disaster, mayhem, and catastrophe befell the land.
Why was the girl being held hostage in a shrine?
A. She got lost. B. Gambling debts. C. Not enough information.
I know it's like watching a play and having like two characters on either side of the stage, just like
Oh, like the Greek chorus.
monologuing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very silly. Like, just have Jaba be the narrator for the whole thing.
I couldn't quite understand that.
I don't get it. All right.
You can't have two sagely old voices.
I guess not. So, moving on to episode 3, the Book of Tova, or Toba, as you prefer.
I don't. I prefer Tova.
This episode opens on men patrolling the town and farmhands gossiping about how Sarah was attacked.
Yes.
Slaff/Sloft drops in on Sarah and tells her to get some rest when Leah bursts in and echoes the sentiment.
First of all, they cut to like the house or whatever, and it's like classic anime sound effect right here.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, and then this, the girl Leah shows up, and then she tries to get Sarah not to, get up basically and just stay in bed. And she says, "You've got to make a rest." Now, look, I'm not very well read.
Oh.
Alex, I thought maybe you're more of a literary guy. I've never heard that phrasing before. Maybe it's like an old-timey English thing. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Have you ever heard you have to make a rest?
No.
Make a rest.
It's either an error in the script or an error from the actor and nobody caught it. But yeah, it should be take a rest.
I just thought it was some
hang on.
timey language.
Well, no, maybe Sarah is also part of the town's police force, and Lee is saying, "You got to get out there and start making arrests. We got to catch this fucking dark factor."
Yes, of course.
You get the fuck out there, bust some heads.
It's suddenly the other anime called You're Under Arrest.
Esteria Tank Police?
Yeah. Oh man. Can you imagine? Oh boy. All right.
So yeah, we then cut to a pair of dark-robed figures overlooking the town, and then we get our episode title. We shift over to Jaba's house, where Adol dives into a lake. The music here, outstanding, by the way. Very, Cassiopeia. I really loved it.
Hey, if Adol is swimming here, does this count as an anime beach episode?
It does, actually.
I guess so.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Adol dives into the lake, grabs a fish from under a rock, and hauls it back up for Fina. It wriggles out of his arms, but Fina catches it in her basket, and the two share a classic infectious anime laughter moment.
Yes, of course. Ha 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 ha. Hee-hoo. Ha.
After that, they share a moment near a tree.
That's right, and Adol kind of, he tries to temper expectations or something.
It's so nice sitting here in this beautiful, peaceful place. But we can't forget that at this very moment, the evil beasts are overrunning Esteria.
It kind of sounds like one of these social media scolds. Like, how can you be talking about games when there's real war going on? It's like, okay, dude, like, let's enjoy our lives a little bit, please. I know about the other bad things.
Thanks for bringing down the mood, Adol.
Yeah, God.
Jesus.
I know. You have a job to do.
Almost as if to sort of manifest this metaphor, Adol sees storm clouds heading for Minia.
That means trouble.
Yes. We cut to Minia. The storm hits the city as the two dark strangers knock at the gate. They incapacitate the guards through the knocker on the gate and stroll on in.
Two weird-looking wizard guys. I wondered at first if they were possessed or something. I think it becomes a little bit clearer later on, but yeah.
Yeah, one of them is, what's his name? Jacoby. I think he's the first boss in Ys. He's just a wizard. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a first boss, though, to ease you into that game. That's
To ease you?
Hey! Pretty good.
You walked into that one. You bumped combat into that one.
Just like these two idiots walked right through the gate and into town.
Yeah.
Back at Jaba's, the sage confirms that the book Adol retrieved is in fact the real deal. It's a book of Ys.
Yeah!
That's his reaction to that. She summarizes the book of Hodl, which talks about the sacred metal Claria.
Yes. Because it's clear?
I guess. Is it meant to be like, I think it looks like silver, right? Is that why they took all the silver?
Yeah, right. It's an homage to silver.
It's a love letter to silver. Back in Minia, Sarah writes into her diary as Goban slips in through the window to comfort her. You probably could have used the door.
I think to be clear, Goban is Java's son.
Yes, and one of the thieves who initially found Adol on the beach with Dogi.
That's right.
It's a lot of names, man. This is a lot to deal with.
A lot of connections.
Yeah, we cut back to Jaba, who draws one of her fortune-telling popsicle sticks, looks at it, and shakes her head. It looks like she foresees bad news for Sarah, so Adol hightails it back to Minia.
Yeah, but you think he would have done that originally when he first heard that they were going to get Sarah.
Did he know that?
No, it was like last episode. Like they heard that they were going to go after. They were targeting Sarah or something. Along those lines.
Oh, right.
And then he just stands there and go, "Oh boy, please be safe."
Yeah.
I don't know why the delayed thing here.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes him rushing back all the way down to Minia. And,
again, just like Star Ocean. When Claude goes back to the first town because a girl I met is in trouble, I think.
Yes, exactly.
It's so anime.
Well, much better animated here.
That is true.
You're there. Yeah. No vibrating horses.
No. Some shades of Claude, but this is fully animated.
Right.
Back in Minia, the guards engage the wizard Janakris, that's his name, who proves impervious to all attacks. I don't know about this guy's voice. I don't know if it fits the character. He allows himself to be chased into the town square, and we have a clip of that right here.
Oh, yeah.
I see that all your guards are here in the square. How convenient.
What? Huh?
You're even more foolish than I thought you were.
So that's it. He's a decoy.
Oh, no! Yeah, turns out the wizard is a decoy, while the other wizard teleports straight into Sarah's fortune-telling house now that Sarah's vulnerable. His name is Dallas. Diamond Dallas Mage teleports right in front of her and demands the Book of Ys that she has. I didn't know that she had one. I didn't know it was established that she had one of the books, but I guess she does. She refuses and gets turned to stone.
Yeah, he says, "I wish I didn't have to do this," and casts some flashing light. We just see a flashing light, and then Sarah just kind of closes her eyes, gets ready to effectively die.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, I guess characters don't know at this point that like you can undo that because it happens in the game to multiple characters who get turned to stone, and it's just, oh, Adol, go get this MacGuffin from a chest so you can turn them back. I'm on it. I guess they don't know about that here.
Yeah, here it's very final here. In fact,
Adol
gets torn up about it later, but yeah.
Yeah, he shows up the next day and is, of course, unfortunately, too late to save Sarah. He bursts into her house and is consoled by Clays and Slaff.
He's choking back tears.
He is, but he is also immediately heckled by townspeople.
Look what they have done to her. Poor Sarah, how horrible.
Is that the Adol Kristen that Sarah was talking about?
What kind of legendary brave soul is that?
Yeah, because they left the door open, of course. And so now all the gossiping villagers come around and start being, gossiping assholes. It's just like...
kind of mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sloth scolds them and slams the door on them. Meanwhile, back at the Wizard Clubhouse, Dallas tells Janakris to keep looking for books while he reports to Dark Factor.
Yes.
I think this is a good time to bring up that the character in the game is Dark Fact because Fact is the name of one of the priests. There's a whole bunch of characters in the Ys games that have the last name Fact. I don't know why this was changed to Dark Factor.
I have no idea either because I don't think it was ever changed in any of the games.
No, yeah, it's still Fact as far as I know.
So I would guess that the dub team just looked at the the name and been, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What if it was Factor?
But this is after looking at a list of names including Adol, Slaft, Clays, Fact. No, Fact's not a name. We got to change that.
No, somehow a double standard or something.
Yeah.
Couldn't let Fact go. Any relation to Dark Falls from Phantasy Star?
I wondered that. I don't think so. I don't think Falls is meant to be a surname. I don't think so. I mean, it's possible that Falls was changed at Ellis Island.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, from Falwell. I don't know.
Falsawitch. Falsanowitch.
So Adol mourns Sarah from atop the city walls when he is approached by Gobon, who tells him to quit crying and get back to saving people because that's what Sarah wanted, you dork. He then hands Adol the Book of Tova.
What?
Smelling a book, Janakris appears and demands it. Gobon and Adol try to strike him, but cannot. This clip really made me laugh.
You idiot.
Gobon tries to attack Janakris, who has put up a shield, and Janakris responds to him like he just spilled a mug of coffee. You idiot. Come, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty direct for like this script, right?
Didn't you see the shield?
Why don't you just say like, you insolent cur or something like that?
Or even fool. Just, you fool.
Yeah.
You know, you idiot. And the way he says it is just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing all of us. So
you baka.
I also thought it was funny how, I think this is the scene, or maybe it's earlier, where Gobon, like, he gets ready to kick some ass, but he just pulls out a tiny knife. And I think it's played straight as if, like, he doesn't even have a sword. He's like, all right, this is all I got.
It's kind of how the bump combat feels in that game, though, sometimes.
It kind of does. So Gobon and Adol are trying to take Janakris down. They cannot hit him. Janakris picks up Adol by the neck and is about to kill him when the crystal given to him by Sarah starts to glow and incapacitates the wizard, whom Adol is then able to strike down.
Yeah, and gone.
He is gone, but this crystal is what we in the biz call a consumable because it immediately shatters and is also gone.
Okay. Yeah. I felt like I couldn't clock that exactly. I couldn't tell if it was actually breaking or like broken for good or something, but yeah.
It was a weird kind of animation. Hang on. Ambulance. While I drink tea.
Ambulance tea.
They're coming for Janakris. That's right, dear Adol. Call an ambulance, but not for me. But hey, Janakris is dead. Everyone celebrates. I believe the next day is when they hold their annual harvest festival. Townspeople are partying in the streets while Adol, Clays, and Sloth mourn Sarah in front of her statue.
Yeah. Well, it is Sarah. Sarah is the statue.
Yeah, but I mean, I say that the same way that you would use the possessive to refer to someone's corpse, you know? Like, it's still the corpse that belongs to that person, you know?
Yeah, sorry. I get you.
So Leah enters and reveals that she can read Sarah's crystal ball. She instructs Adol to head to the Laskin silver mines.
That's our next quest.
It is! We end the episode with more double VO as Adol receives his next task, and that's going to bring us into episode 4.
Hey, you know, between Fina and Leah and Sarah,
yeah,
what's with all the blue-haired women in this game?
I was about to say that, like, I don't mind that they changed Andy Bogart's hair to blue because there's so many blondies in that series. Like, you could change one of these lavender-haired girls to, I don't know, literally anything else. Orange.
It's like there's some sort of connection between them.
It's, well, yeah. But the thing is, like, it's just the two of them, right? It's like, why did you need all of them to have the same color hair?
Yeah, it's just like Sarah's just adding on top of it. It seems like, yeah. But that's not for us to talk about yet.
That's not our place. Episode 4, The Book of Dobby.
Dobby. Hey, Dobby.
This one opens with some good comic relief. Dogi has accompanied Adol to the Laskin silver mines, and the two bicker and chat as they make their way through the darkness.
This, by the way, this begins the next set of episodes with a different animation team. I just want to note that.
Oh, yeah, I thought it looked different.
the show will start looking different from here on. This was like a funny cold open. I kind of like this cold open.
Yeah, it was great.
It started differently than all the other ones. It's just Dogi and Adol bickering.
Yeah, now that you mention that, the animation style, the coloring style was different because when they do dark scenes, whoever the first studio was just, when scenes were dark, colors would just be darker. This other team does that thing where when they're in the caves, Adol's armor is just a completely different color to sort of tell you that it's really dark and colors look different in the dark.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know how like some directors will shoot day for night with like a filter on the camera? They're shooting
the anime version.
Yeah. They're shooting night for cave. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But did Adol also get upgraded armor in between episodes?
He did, yes. He did. So that, the color of it in the daylight changed as well. But then inside the dark cave, it also looks another color.
Yeah.
Not just
Upgrade.
A darker shade of the original color. It's got like a greenish hue.
Yeah.
As Dogi admires Adol's new armor, a slime monster appears in front of them. Adol rushes it, slips on his butt, and is engulfed by the creature, but Dogi steps up and uses his torch to drive the monster back.
Dogi gets really snarky there because he just lets Adol get engulfed by the slime. Just a second, I'll get you right there. That sort of attitude.
Yeah, just steps up, pokes it with his torch.
It plays to the fact that Dogi becomes like a frequent companion to Adol in the games.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So there's a big Adol-Dogi dynamic.
Yeah.
ADD.
We cut to Evil HQ, where we get our first look at Dark Factor receiving a report from Dallas.
Yes. And then a little bit of exposition from him as well.
I, Dark Factor, as a descendant of the 6 holy priests of Ys, know better than anyone about Esteria's past and the ancient land of Ys. And I know about the world we live in now as well.
Okay, good.
Great. So do I. Spain in Europe. Yeah.
It's just a complete narcissist talking.
I can rule because I am smart and I know the things that you don't know.
It reminds me of the current administration.
That's fun. We try to stay topical. So, yeah, Dark Factor, he kind of looks like if the FF1 Warrior of Light had an evil twin. He's got like horns on his helmet.
Yeah. He's dressed up the most of everybody in this show so far.
Yes. Yeah, they spent a lot of the wardrobe budget on this guy.
Yeah, including his palace or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, and the set budget, because this is what I was talking about earlier, that like painting style. I love the walls. I like that there's just like big orbs embedded in the walls and everything looks beautiful and gross. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dallas receives a messenger bat during this meeting who tells him that Adol's poking around the silver mines, but the bald goon assures Dark Factor that he won't make it out alive.
Of course not.
Back in Minia, Leah prays to the goddesses and sees a vision of herself as one of them. Is that some kind of foreshadowing? I don't know. I've never seen anime before.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the mine, Adol and Dogi climb down a rope, but are immediately chased by 1,000 skeletons.
Yes. They're like busts. It's like a head and shoulders and arms with swords with wings. Bust bats?
Yeah. As they swat down monsters during the chase, a skull lands on Dogi, and we get what I wrote in my notes is some real Laurel and Hardy shit.
Light another torch, quick! Huh? Mine must have blown out. I can't see a thing, Adol. Adol, where are you?
Dogi, you got a head on your head!
A head? What are you talking about, Adol? How can I have a... Ah!
Great.
Come on now. Come on.
It's really fun. I like their I like how they work together. They're a funny duo.
Well, you'll get more of it in the next several games.
Yes. Good. It was kind of lonely, just Adol himself running around East.
Yeah.
So after they scurry to safety, Dogi laments the sack full of delicious food that Adol dropped just before the chase, including the homemade bread that he baked.
More comedy. Womp womp.
Very womp womp, yes.
And then they talk a bit about Sarah and such. And
I know this is the place because I saw it, Dogi. Sarah's crystal ball showed it to me.
A crystal ball, huh?
Uh-huh. Yes. Good delivery.
Crystal ball, huh? You can't make a ball out of that stuff.
Adol's insistent that this is where they should be.
Yeah, perfect. I think might be the first mention of one of the most incongruous things about this universe, and one of my favorite things, the fact that Leah has and lost a very special silver harmonica.
Yes.
Adol recalls while talking to Dogi that Leah had asked him to find the silver harmonica she lost deep within the mine.
Uh-huh.
And I got curious about this, and I looked up, like, how long have harmonicas been around? If this was set in, like, real world, knight and sword times, would there have been a harmonica? No. It's like a 18th or 19th century invention.
Yes.
It's very funny to me. Like, it may as well be her mini disc player. It's just a thing that shouldn't really be existing in this setting, but it's very funny to me that it does, and he'll find it and she'll play it, and it makes me laugh every time.
Maybe it should have been an ocarina.
Yeah, those existed.
Yeah. And those are in fantasy games.
Yeah, kids love them.
The kids love them.
They love the sweet taste.
Especially elf boys from the forest.
Yes. You talking about Ark the Lad?
Yeah, that's right.
So the pair press on and eventually come out into a beautiful sunny sky on the other side of the mine in a crater at the foot of Darm Tower. This is now our third look at Darm Tower.
That's right. That's right.
Meanwhile, enjoying the same sunny day miles away, Fina picks some fruit from a tree for her and Jaba. Once again, she is reflecting on how serene her life is, but we get a hint that Fina kind of doesn't want to get her memories back because she's enjoying herself so much.
Yeah. Or she specifically says, like, what'll happen? What'll happen if I regain my memories?
Yeah.
I don't feel so good about this. And then back into the mine for the big boys. This seems to be just the device of the episode, is just cutting between these two places this whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's
yeah. So once again, folks, if it sounds speedy that way, it's like it's kind of set up that way.
Yeah, it really does play like this in the anime. It's just, A, B, A, B, A, B constantly. So Dogi and Adol decide to go back into the mine, I guess, because they press deeper underground and eventually come to the crest of ease on a stone wall. As if to confirm the two are getting warmer, a bunch of armored goons show up behind them. In the brawl, the ceiling gets cracked and a downpour of water soon floods the room. We then cut to Goban breaking the news to Jaba that Sarah has been turned to stone. Jaba kind of already had a feeling that was going to happen, but also reassures her that Adol and Dogi are searching the silver mine for another book as they speak.
All right.
And wouldn't you know it, after getting carried through the mines by that rushing water, Adol and Dogi come out exactly where they need to be.
Now we have no idea which way to go, Adol. What are we going to do?
Don't worry. I have a feeling we're getting pretty close.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
They would have hidden the book as far underground as they could, and since water flows downhill, that flood must have taken us to the bottom of the caverns. It was the perfect shortcut.
Well, I sure hope you're right.
All right, man.
Yeah, that water tends to sometimes go down, yeah.
Whatever we need to get us to the end of the episode.
Or just laterally. It can also flow laterally.
Yeah, it's water. Jesus. The two pals emerge from the water and into a subterranean temple with another crest of ease on the door. Adol spots a book of ease on a pedestal at the bottom of a grand staircase, but Dogi says, hey, watch out because a giant vampire boss, bat, has descended from the ceiling.
Yes, it's like the exact place where a boss fight would start. For God's sake.
It's great.
Adol.
The giant bat's speed proves to be a problem for the two, but Adol gets conveniently knocked on his ass right next to the pedestal, and the book reacts with the two already in Adol's possession and drives the boss insane, I guess? I don't know what was happening here.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
All three books glow, not unlike the lost Shankara stones from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and I guess they just make the bat go crazy.
It seemed to produce a piercing noise, perhaps, that made it go
maybe
crazy.
that's it.
Yeah. Like a dog whistle.
Right, because bats echolocate, and so they would have sensitive hearing. This guy freaks the fuck out and does some bat zoomies around the temple, and as it hits the ground, Adol uses the opportunity to rush it and take it down for good.
Mm-hmm.
Adol then grabs the Book of Ys and the silver harmonica underneath it.
It was turned out to be right underneath it. Yeah.
It's always the last place you look.
And that was what was making the sound that they were hearing.
Oh, is that what that was?
They came in there and they were, that's what he said too. I mean, what else would it be?
I don't know, because I didn't remember there was a sound. It didn't clock to me that the reaction of the books was making the harmonica make the sound. I just thought it was coming from the books.
I remember. Yeah.
All right.
No. Had to be the harmonica.
Yeah. So back in Minia, Adol returns the harmonica to Leah, who gets some plot visions and then starts jamming out on it, Bruno style. She calls out Fina's name. She calls out Fina's name, and it seems like the girls have their memories back. Who could they be?
Oh, well, what does she remember? Who knows?
Yeah, you'll find out if you watch the anime or play the game.
Yes.
You probably already know.
Now, I do want to bring up the narrator at the end here. He has a funny line.
What has been brought forth by Leah's song? Memories of the past or a history of sorrows?
I mean, can it be both?
It's both. You can do, yes.
I didn't think this episode was all that thrilling, though. I mean, I don't know about I don't know if there's a mine in the game that goes on as much as it does in this episode.
Yeah,
okay.
It kind of drags.
Oh, man. Well, you don't have to make a whole episode based on a dragging level.
No, you do not.
But they really do spend the entire time underground, and so it doesn't make for a very beautiful episode, you know what I mean? But they try, I guess, by cutting back to Jaba's place and all that.
Gosh dang it, they tried. And that's it. Those are the 4 episodes of Ys that we watched for this episode of Draw a Game.
Yes, indeed. We will be back later with Ys 2 in a few episodes. A couple episodes. I forgot what I was planning out. But we'll wrap up the whole darn thing eventually, even though we didn't wrap up this whole thing.
The whole darn thing.
Oh, that's right. The whole darn kit and caboodle.
Thank you.
Well, this is going to be a quick one, but as we like to ask at the end of every episode, anime here, is it horny?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Nope. But yeah, I thought this was, from what I know of Ys, this was kind of a straightforward adaptation from all I'm aware of. I mean, again, you played it the most recently.
Yeah, that is true.
What do you think?
Yeah, it hits a lot of the major plot beats. It's nice to get a little bit more from the characters. We get to know the characters more because in the game they're very functional. It's kind of nice to put voices to them and have them have personalities, like especially Dogi. Dogi's great. Mm-hmm. It's fun. And like the follow-up question that we like to ask on these episodes where we're talking about an anime series and not like a standalone film is, do you want to watch the rest of it? And I think I kind of do, mostly because there's only 4 more episodes, right? 3 more episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wipe those out because, it's like 80s, 90s animation, which it's that older kind of anime that I do like. And I because I did play the games, I kind of want to see how they render the rest of that story on screen. And the music kicks ass.
Mm-hmm.
The dub is not a bad job. It's I think it's fun. It's fun all around.
No, the dub, despite the name pronunciations, was pretty competent.
That's my one complaint, and a lot of that just has to do with the fact that these are all fantasy names to begin with, and what are you going to do?
There's some concessions, I guess, that you get in any dub, which is like lots of quick talking to fit in the mouth flaps.
Oh yeah,
in some parts, shoving in sentences one after the other to fit in the mouth flaps. I do think, if this dub was made closer to when the anime was made, maybe it wouldn't be as good, the dub.
Yeah.
Because I feel like early 2000s and media blasters in particular, and guys like John Billingsley, like this was when anime dubbing was really coming into its own finally. Because of stuff like Cowboy Bebop, I think, which really helped get the medium sort of jump-started and treated a bit better as far as the acting parts go in the dubs. So, they seem to get a pretty good cast for this. And,
yes, I think that overlaps I think that overlaps with video game dubs also starting to be taken seriously, because we had Metal Gear Solid in 98, and then I think as more and more video games started to have voice acting in them, people kind of started to pay more attention to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of these, there's a lot of overlap in the actors doing these jobs as well.
Yeah. In 2002, GTA Vice City.
Yeah.
That kind of crap.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be crap.
Faux taking seriously of the medium. Yeah. But hey, it works out for the actors, I suppose.
Yes, got to get paid.
The acting quality. Yes, indeed. Well, yeah, that not too bad, that East. And like I said before, we will be back eventually with East 2.
Secret of the Ooze.
All right. Send us home, Alex.
I will do so. Hey, thank you for listening, motioning at you, the listener. If you enjoy this, please go to our website, drawgamepod.com. You can also find our Patreon. I believe there's a link to it at patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. If you give it the $5 tier, you can hear our bonus show, Draw Game Type S, where we talk about subtitled anime. And look, even if you just want the No Mo Wo bonus show Sassafras, it's available from just even the $1 tier.
Not bad, yeah.
We need to change that. We're going out of business.
It was your idea.
It's an incredible deal. It is. I still think it's an incredible deal.
You love throwing money away.
I do. Watch me flush this money down the toilet. 10,000 yen gone. Please go listen to our main show, No More Whoppers, as well. That's a ton of fun. We also have a Discord. You can find the link to that on drawgamepod.com as well. We are also on the internet as individual people. I am at patui.org. That's also my Blue Sky. You can find links to my stuff. I twitch at twitch.tv/hoodedpatui. I just streamed Ease 1 and 2. I bet you were there. Pointing at you, Pimento.
I don't know.
Oh. Ray, where can people find you?
My website and Blue Sky is rdbaaa.space. And yeah, at least on the website, you'll find links to all the things I do, including games. I make games. Not as good as Ease, gotta say, but I do make games. Bipedal Dog is my game company. The website there is bipedal.dog. Made a game recently on Nintendo Switch and Steam called Blast Rush LS. It's a shoot 'em up, but not really. It's a funky, fresh shoot 'em up where you have infinite bombs instead of just limited bombs, and you get to blow up a bunch of robots. Much like Adol does with slashing a bunch of skeletons.
Yeah.
Just think of East, but as a shooter. There you go. Thanks very much. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, as always. And folks, thank you for listening. Join us next time for our first installment in the series, Things No One in a Japanese Office Has Ever Said.
It's almost sunset. Please finish up what you're doing and head home.